Okay. Let me see what will be showing on the Facebook page. I want to see if I can tag people. Okay. Okay, I think some are online now, but I want to see if I can tag more people. Okay. Just want to tag some of the members. I'm here to see them. Who is online? Hello, darling. Hello, everyone. What's your name? Okay, we have few persons already online so that we manage our time well today. So good evening, everyone. Good afternoon. For those of you that are in North America that are constant in this group, you are welcome. Today we are going to be rounding up on the part 3 of one of the notable causes of conflict in marriage we started last Saturday. We started on sex as one of the notable causes of conflict in marriage, and our very own L. Alright, a barrister, a passionate, on marriage and counseling issue, was with us and is still with us. We brought him back to finish what he started last week, and I'm sure that he's going to be very, very wonderful and impactful again today. So once again, L. Alright, you are welcome. And thank you for giving us your time and be with us again. I really, really appreciate you. And on behalf of all the group's members, I say thank you. So yes, last week we started and we rounded up at the point when you were about to start mentioning how couple can overcome or can handle sex-related conflicts. And I didn't really want you to rush it. So I said, okay, let's do another part, which is why we are here today. So that's where we're going to be starting from, how couples are to deal or overcome sex-related conflict. I will also want you to touch on what, remember I mentioned, and I always mention it, that this is a Christian marriage counseling group. And so anything we are doing, we always want to look at, the biblical principles. And of course, it's the church that also help us to understand biblical principle, especially as it relates to the issue of sex. So how does church fare in this matter? Is the church doing enough to help member couple on this matter? Because you read the Bible and know what the Bible say on this topic, and yet you expect they are the one that should not have problem. Practically speaking, it is not so. Is there any way church or anything church can do better on this topic so that at least our marriage can be exactly how the Bible say that it should be? Then last week you said something briefly which I will always want you to just throw more light on. You just dropped it and said sex outside marriage can destroy you, while sex inside marriage can make you. This is principally a single group, teaching them how to have biblical principle or how to have Bible-based marriage. So we have them in mind all the time. How does sex destroy outside marriage? And I said, though it's a single group, we have a lot of married people there, including you yourself. And some of them that even joined as single that are now married, we also have them in mind. And of course, some of them, a lot of people that will be listening to us thereafter will help. So how does sex make marriage? Why God designed sex for marriage? What is the intent? What does God want to achieve that making sex available in marriage? So I will expect you to also touch on that before we go to any other stuff. I know there was a question that we started last week. If we have enough time, we're going to be going back to it and including any other question that might come up today. So once again, I welcome you on board, and you now have the floor. All right. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, man. Thank you for having me back, and thank you for wanting us to complete the conversations we started last time. Right. So I will not want to take most of our time because I also want to give opportunity for those who may want to ask questions to be able to do so. Now, how should couples and how can couples deal with sex related conflict in their marriage? Right. I want to just mention just five things that usually issues in cause sexual issues in marriage. Number one can be decrease in sex drive, right? Decrease in sex drive, which may be because of a clinical issue, a health issue, or because of a friendship issue. You no longer find your partner attractive, or your partner no longer finds you attractive, or maybe because of stress, financial stress, physical stress, and all domestic stress and all the other types of stress. Another thing could be sexual addictions like addiction to pornography, addiction to masturbation, right? Those can also cause conflict, sexual conflict in marriage. Another thing again that we have seen make people to withdraw, pull away from sexual activity in their marriage also include pain during sex, right? And it's not only women that have pain during sex, men also have pain during sex. There are several times I've also had pain during sex, right? So that can make a partner withdraw sexually because they don't want to continue that pain or continue sustaining that pain. And another one could just be the fact that one person is just bored about the type of sexual activity that is being had in the marriage, and also maybe because the person just has low libido, like I've said before, and I'll say it again. I've worked with a couple that left to the man, they can have sex only just once in 2 months. Although people say men always want sex, but I can tell you that I know a man that can stay and just have sex only once in 2 months, and I know a woman who for about 2 years right now, she has never asked her husband for sex, right? So if the husband does not ask for sex, she's fine. So this can cause conflicts, this can cause issues, and the rest because for people like me, and I know there are many people like that out there, we do not like being the only one who initiates sex in our marriage, right? We also want our wives or our husbands to initiate it over time. It makes us feel that we are wanted and we are still sexually attractive. So how do you get to deal with these sexual issues, no matter the sexual issues that you're facing in your marriage, no matter the sexual issues you're facing in your marriage, right? Number one is communication, right? Someone said that communication is the lubricant in the wheel of every relationship. So the health of your relationship is dependent primarily on how much the two people in that marriage they talk, right? They get to discuss issues, they get to um, converse on issues that affect them. And that's one thing that we see a lot. Many marriages, people don't talk about the several issues that they are facing. The wife is just enduring or the man is just enduring. It's not only women that endure, men also endure a lot, right? Interestingly, um, women may even talk more with people than with their spouse. They may complain more to their girlfriends, more to their um, family, close family members or other people than to their husbands, right? Although men, on the other hand, may complain more to their wives, right? Rather than communicate, it becomes complaint. But then if you have good and healthy conversation all the time to like, okay, and we usually suggest something that that conversation should not just be immediately after the sex. Please, no, if you had the sex last night, don't converse about it this morning immediately. Give some time, maybe till the evening of the following day, for the two of you to talk on this issue. So, right? And I tell people that the best way and the best time for you to talk about sex is when there's a sexual issue out there. Maybe there's a sexual topic on social media, there's a sexual topic in this group, there's a sexual topic in a particular movie that you and your spouse you watch it together, and you raise it up and you discuss it as how it affects your marriage. Is this something that you like to try? Is this something you want to have? Okay, do you have a particular sexual fantasy right now? Do you have this or that? Like my wife told me, we were reviewing our marriage recently, and my wife said, oh, her present sexual fantasy is that, okay, right now she wants to have sex in the rain. And we agreed. I said, great, this is raining season. So whenever it's raining, maybe one night, whenever it's raining, we're going to consider having sex outside, right? In the rain, if there's rain in the late night, right? People have different fantasies like that. There are some other people that say, oh, maybe perhaps we want to have it on the staircase or we want to have it in the car and all of that. And usually I'll say something, no matter what it is, ensure you protect your morality and the morality of other people. So other people should not find you or see you having sex. It's a criminal matter. Right? So that communication is very important. The two of us come to discuss about every aspect of our life. Don't just discuss about money, discuss about the children, discuss about their school and school fees, discuss about feeding, discuss about in-law. Sex is also one of those things you should discuss about. So communication between the two of you would resolve most of your sexual problems. Now, if there are not sexual conflicts, sexual issues that the two of you cannot resolve together by discussion and conversation, then we move to the second thing because I want to share three things on this particular. You move to the second thing, which would be to consult a professional, right? To get professional help on that particular matter, to get professional support on that particular matter, to ask someone who is a professional in that particular matter, what can we do? This is what we are facing right now. What do you think we can do to better things? What do you think we can do to help each other, right? So therapists are not third parties. Counselors and therapists are not third parties in your marriage. They are people who bring professional support. They come to attend to you and they walk away, right? You may want to consult maybe somebody in your church, somebody in your community. I may not want to consult a family member, right? Because they could be emotionally involved, right? So you may want to consult somebody who's not a family member, maybe your pastor, a friend or person, but the person must have an understanding. The person must not only have an understanding, the person must also have insight into this particular subject matter, right? And lastly, before you even talk to a therapy or after you talk to a therapy, there's the last thing I want to share on this is something that you can use before you talk to therapy or after you talk to therapy is to experiment, right? So if you and your spouse you have discussed on a particular issue, you have considered something, you may not want to experiment to try out whatever conclusions that you have discussed. Perhaps we need to do it like this, perhaps we need to try it like this. Oh, it's like I want to use my marriage as an example in this situation because this is not my counseling room. I'm talking to people, right? So it will be okay for me to use my marriage. Like once upon a time, my wife and I we discussed about our sexual preferences, And we notice something. My wife will usually want to have sex before we sleep, and I'm tired. I don't want to. I prefer sex in the early hours of the morning, and she prefers sex in the late hours of the evening, like right, or to have sex and sleep. And me, I would usually prefer no, I'm tired, let us sleep. By the time we wake up 4 a.m. or wake up 5 a.m., we could have sex. Right. But then we have to sit down and tell ourselves that, oh, if it's not going to, this is what we like, this is what I like, how can we reach a middle ground? What are the things we can try? What are the things we can experiment? When are the different times we could try? So we have to start trying different times of the day to be able to come to find what works for us and what does not work for us. So you have to experiment. I don't want to overflow that question, so I'll be going to the next question, which is the church doing enough to help members on sexual matters? Is the church doing enough, and what is it that the church can do? What the good thing about it is that if we put everything on our pastors, we'll make them start having the Messiah complex. They believe that they can handle and deal with everything. But that is not true, right? And so that's why, even in the church, we are supposed to have things that we call like para church ministries. Like a church should have a balanced church will be able to have members who have their own para church ministries. They are skilled and they are specialists in particular issues on particular subject matters, right? So, for example, I'm a sex therapist and I'm in my church. I'm also a family law lawyer. I'm in my church, right? So it means that I'm an expert in those subject matters. What that means is that I am supposed to be once in a while initiating, creating, and supporting programs on these subject matters in which I'm an expert. How do I get to do that, and how can I do that? So I can work with the singles fellowship, I can work with the couples fellowship, I can work with the ministry, the department in charge of premarital counseling, right? I can work with the ministry in charge of the women's fellowship and the men's fellowship. So what the church, some churches are doing enough, because I know some churches right now that have even retained therapists to say, see, you will be a therapist to our church. So whenever our members have issues with sexual matters, they will consult you. You will attend to them for free, and we as a church will pay you. So the church retains therapists and counselors. The church is the one that pays these counselors and therapists to attend to their members. So there are some churches that do that. There are some churches whereby the pastors or particular departments and ministry get to organize regular programs for these issues to be addressed. And there are churches that allow their members to flourish, people who have expertise, who have a calling, who have a niche in these particular matters, right? So I think the church is trying. What I would say the church should do more is the church should give people who are skilled in these particular things the more opportunity to express themselves, the platform for them to express themselves, and they can express themselves through the church subgroups and fellowship, right? Because some of all these things may not be things that you can just teach on the altar, but in the single fellowship, let it be that we are able to talk about these things. In the women's fellowship, in the men's fellowship, in the couples fellowship, we are able to talk about this. And your church may want to do something for that and retain a counselor and retain a therapist, like I have already explained. Okay, now let's go to for singles. Last time I did mention that sex outside marriage is destructive and sex outside marriage is productive. And I want to explain that further. Is the fact that and there's this statement that's always in my head. I doubt I could ever forget it. Is that while you're single, the devil will do everything to make you kiss before marriage. And while you are married, the devil will do everything to ensure you do not kiss in marriage. Because now, if single people hear how often married people are having sex, they'll be surprised, they'll be shocked, because they can't believe. Because right now you think, and not you hold body, but in reality, you can't hold body. It's just that you're having that pressure, and that pressure is fine. See, that pressure and that desire for you to want to have sex is of God. If you do not have that pressure and you don't have that desire in your body, you will never want to have sex. And if you don't want to have sex, it means that you will never want to procreate. So the desire to want to have sex and the desire to want to procreate now forces you and compels you to do it the right way, which means that it pushes you to become the reason and one of the primary reasons why you want to get married. right? So how does it become destructive? It's because one, sex was not designed. We as higher we, in biology say we are higher species, right? So we are not designed to be like animals who just have sex instinctively based on our instincts and just based on our desires. We have a structure, a marriage structure, a family structure, and the rest. So what happens is that by the time you keep on having sex outside marriage, you train yourself to be bad in marriage, right? You get to train yourself not to be able to stick with one partner in marriage. You get to train yourself not to be able to be satisfied fully by one person, right? It also shows what your values are that, oh, you can do anything as long as it suits you, whether it is wrong to your religious belief, and this is it. Anything that violates your supposed religious belief, anything that violates your morality, violates every other aspect of your life because all your values, all your morality, all your ethics, they are like um a pack of cards. They are like dominoes. Once one card falls, every other thing falls, right? Cassie Crown, I can still remember Cassie Crown, the title of their song, Slow Fade, right? So it becomes destructive because now you're exposing yourself to sexually transmitted diseases, you're exposing yourself to unwanted babies, you're exposing yourself to being unable to control yourself. Veronica Zelda said something in her book Going Out that sexual intimacy is a good roof, but a bad foundation, right? Because now the foundation of your relationship is supposed to be friendship, it's supposed to be so intimacy, and it's supposed to be a shared value system. However, once sex comes in, you block it. That's why most single people they always have reconciliation sex, even though they never discuss the issue or resolve the issue. Like the issue becomes a problem, but they keep on having sex. Because when they are supposed to talk about it, sex comes in and sex overrides things, right? So that is why I would never suggest it and recommend that you have premarital sex. And in marriage, how does sex become productive? Sex becomes productive because it helps us bond to each other. The Bible says, and the two shall become one. And when do they become one? They don't become one. I do not believe that they become one when the pastor declares them husband and wife, or when their father in the traditional marriage, or when the marriage registrar in the marriage registry declare them husband and wife. I do not think that that is when they become one. That was what Jesus was talking about. That's my belief. I believe what Jesus was talking about was in relation with what Apostle Paul was saying in 1 Corinthians chapter 6. That don't you know that he that is joined to a prostitute is one flesh with a prostitute. So when Jesus Christ was saying, or when the Bible says, and two shall become one flesh, it was actually talking about sex. Because when he that is joined to a prostitute becomes one flesh with a prostitute, right? So sex in marriage helps you to become one. Beyond helping you to become one, it helps it pulls you regularly to your spouse. So there are times you guys don't want to settle, there are times you guys don't want to talk. Sex pulls you people together. And I've seen this again and again in counseling, and I've seen this again and again in counseling therapy and in family court. A time comes, the two parties start missing themselves, they start missing their bodies, and because they want to have sex, they are compelled to now open up the line of conversation, to now open up the line of interaction, to be able to discuss on those particular issues so that we can resolve them and have sex. Okay, lastly, I want to talk about the issue of oral sex again. As I said last time, I'm going to be emphasizing this again, that when it comes to what is right or wrong in your marriage, the Bible does not specifically say anywhere in the Bible that, oh, this is the type of sex you should have, and this is the type of sex you should not have. This is the only style of sex you should have, and this is the other style of sex you should not have. This is what you can do in your marriage, this is what you cannot do in your marriage. The Bible does not, there is no place that the Bible states any of that clearly. So what is it that we use to guide people in situations like this when it comes to matters like oral sex, right? When it comes to matters of sex size, when it comes to matters of where can we have sex? I usually say give these people rules. Number one, ensure that it does not violate the conscience of any person in the marriage, right?
Now, mind you, something can violate your conscience and yet it is not sin. Because the Bible says that even if your conscience judges you, God is greater than your conscience. So, which means that there are times that your conscience may judge you and yet your conscience is wrong. Right? If God is greater than your conscience, it means that there are times that God will have a different opinion from what your conscience says. But then, for us to play it safe, number one, do not violate your conscience or the conscience of your spouse. Number two is do not risk your health or the health of your spouse. Right? So, then number three, do not violate the morality of your community or the morality of your faith.
Of your doctrine and the rest. So if you're able to have this particular mindset and the rest, you'll be able to use it to determine in your marriage what is right and what is wrong, right? You are not my servants, you are not my congregation. So I may not be able to tell you clearly, you are not my wife, I'm not your husband. So I may not be able to tell you clearly what is it, Apostle says, who are you to judge another man's servant, right? So I will not be able to tell you clearly as to, oh, this is wrong, this is right. Because I've heard many pastors say, oh, this is, you cannot do this, you cannot do that. And I carry my Bible and I go back to do research and I discover that whatever they have said is not valid. But of course, they are not talking to me, they are talking to their congregation, they are talking to their children. So for their children, that is fine, right? But then when it comes to me, I tell people, do not violate your conscience, do not risk your head, and do not violate your morality and your ethics. I want to believe I've answered all the questions I have been asked. I do not know if I've left anyone unanswered. Have I, ma'am?
No. You have actually addressed all of them and very excellently. Thank you very much. I had
Like you're
posted,
muted, ma'am.
muted. Hey. Can you hear me? Hello? Can you hear
I
me?
cannot hear you, ma'am.
Oh
Or is
my
it from my
God.
side?
Okay, no, I don't know. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me? I'm not muted. Audience, Kemi, can you hear me? Who is online? Let me know you can hear me.
Oh,
Can
I
anyone
can
hear
hear you
me?
now.
Okay. Okay, good. So I was saying that you answered all the questions and all the points I wanted you. I desired that you address them, and you did that very, very excellently. So thank you very much. I had posted online earlier that okay, we are both very clear. Thank you. I think it was from his end, but he can hear me now. Thank you for your feedback. So I posted, if anyone have question to ask, to send it, but I didn't see any question thus far. So I want to believe that everyone are very clear about your presentation. Thank you very much. We did do so bad today. We managed the time. It's just about 30 minutes, and the technical issue last week, we were able to overcome it today. So I just want to appreciate you for coming to help us put the final touch on that, and we are very grateful. I'm sure that in the nearest future, now that you are even a member, we also have reason to bring you back again, and I'm sure you will always oblige us anytime we call on you. Thank you very much. If there's, oh, you have question, please go ahead and type. I can see someone say, I have question. Okay, we'll wait for you. Quickly type it so that we can just address it, and maybe it's one question that another person or other people can benefit from. I'm sure the person is typing now. Thank you, thank you, thank you. How does, let me see if I can post it. We can read it now.
Okay. How does a couple maintain their sexual health while their children are still very young and living at home? Well, now for many young people, this is a great question because this is an issue many
And
young
very, and I'm
parents.
sure you yourself can relate to that.
Yes, I can relate with that because I have two toddlers. I
Yeah.
have a 4 year old, right? My firstborn will be 4 in July, and a 4 year old and a 2 year old. So I can relate because there are many times that daddy and mommy want to be messy in the bedroom. And that's when these children choose to wake up and come to our own room. Like they wake up and come to our own room, or that's the night that they don't even want to sleep in their own room. So we have to accommodate them in our room, allow them sleep off in our room before transferring them to their bedrooms, right? And then because of we are young, right? I'll be 5 years in marriage this August, so I can relate. Because we are young, we are usually at the bottom of our career ladder. So we get to use more energy, we get to work more, we get to use more time in the office, in our job, and our business just to climb and rise higher. While we are killing ourselves and we are slaving ourselves, excuse me, at the office, on our jobs, in our businesses, and the rest, by the time we get home, we are now having young babies that we need to attend to. Like children who need our practical attention all the time. While I was doing this live, one of my boys walked into the room and came by my side, right? So by the time we are even talking about sex, we are already used up, we are worn out, and the rest. One of the ways you can handle this situation is to schedule sex. Many people do not agree. They're like, oh, sex is supposed to be spontaneous. No, sex is not supposed to be spontaneous because sex is just like it's just like prayer, it's just like food, it's just like family time and every other thing in your marriage. Those things are not spontaneous. You are supposed to say, this is the time we have breakfast in this house, this is the time we have dinner in this house. And that is what you can also do about sex, to schedule sex. Like, right? So we agreed that whether we like it or not, we must have sex at least once every week. So if you schedule sex, for example, you are able to mentally prepare for it. And if you're mentally preparing for it, what that is that your body, one way or the other, will also be preserving energy for it. Then again, another thing you also want to do is also to take advantage of spontaneous opportunities. Spontaneous opportunities in the sense that there may be times that your children may be outside playing. There might be times that in the daytime your children are having a nap, right? In the afternoon they are having siesta and the rest, and you just take advantage of that time, right? To quickly have sex. Yes. So that's where quickies may also be good for you to just say, oh, we can quickly just have a quickie of 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and we are done. So if you are able to do it like that as a couple, as a young couple, you will help your marriage a lot. But then as a young couple, your focus will not be primarily on sex. If you focus on the intimacy so that once in a while, you and your spouse, you are able to always hug each other like the rule. If you are leaving each other or you are coming to meet each other, hug each other, always kiss each other, always cuddle, right? Always see a movie together or a TV program together. Always ensure that you eat together at least once a day, whether it is breakfast or it is dinner, right? Those things will build that emotional connection. Take your bath together if it's possible. I know as parents of young babies, you may not able to easily do that, but for times when it is possible, right, be able to like, okay, take advantage of those times to connect physically and emotionally so that when you have sex, your sex becomes complementary of that connection you already share and enjoy with your spouse. For those times that your kids are seeing a particular cartoon that they like, if If they are seeing a particular cartoon and a TV program that they like um my kids, I noticed that they love Peter Rabbit a lot. So if Peter Rabbit is going to take 30 minutes, it means that you have a lot of time to steal 5 to 10 minutes out from to be able to do that. And again, if you schedule says you may want to start saving. Yes, my wife and I will do that like regularly. We save. We don't we what to save, what to put away is not so big. Okay, maybe because the two of us we are entrepreneurs, right? Some of you may be salaried people, but what we does is that we save one k, one one k, just one k. Anytime you receive money, you save in 1k. Anytime you receive money, you save in 1k or 2k. So there are sometimes we can just tell ourselves that, oh, this weekend we want to have it to ourselves. And we pay for a minder in the crèche for the children to be in the crèche for that period. Why we just have ourselves and we enjoy ourselves. We can decide to go out, or we can decide to have sex, or can decide to do something else that will just keep us connected and the rest. So as much as possible, schedule sex, plan towards it, and take advantage of those windows of opportunity that you can.
Thank you very much. I'm sure the person that asked that question must have received more than he or she anticipated. Thank you very much. And I have not seen any other question. And if there is any other, since you're already in the group, please feel free. If you still have any question you are not able to ask now, or even after this program, you listen to the video, you have any question, feel free to ask. It's definitely going to be addressed and it's going to be answered. So thank you very much once again, all right. We're going to be rounding up again this evening, and we'll be having another session maybe in 2 weeks' time. Thank you very much. I keep saying thank you, because I really appreciate the time that you have given to do this for us. And God will reward you. And all that you do to help other marriages, God will give you double fold and make sure that your marriage is sweet in every way. Thank you very much and have a good night. And for all of you that are with us live again, I really appreciate your time. Taiwo, Kemi, OC, I see all of you and I appreciate your time. God bless you. Yeah, somebody said thank you for coming. All right. So the group members are saying thank you. So let me allow you to see. God bless you. Thank you. Okay. Okay, we're going to be ending the broadcast now. Bye.